So, you've heard of a little something called global climate change and how it's causing the sea level to rise. And chances are, you've been told or imagined ice caps and glaciers like those that cover most of Greenland and Antarctica melting away because of increased temperatures and adding their water to the sea. And while this does happen, it's only half of the story. The truth is, a major contributor to increasing sea levels comes from something called thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is the tendency for matter to change its volume in response to temperature. We've all experienced this when boiling water over the stove. As the water heats up, the particles begin to move more vigorously and in effect actually increase the volume of the water. This can also be seen with a thermometer. As the fluid inside heats up, it increases in volume and makes its way up the tube. So what happens when 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of water gets heated across the globe? The exact same thing. The particles move more and begin to take up more space, causing the ocean's volume to increase and thus rise. The same amount of water taking up more space.
Remember we used to go walking out here and over there? Yep. Remember right here?
My name is Edison Dodo, and I'm from the island. My grandpa was here, my dad was here, I'm here. So we've been on the island for a long, long, long time. Because I still do the same thing what I was doing when I was 10 years old. We talk, we laugh, we catch some shrimp. In the 60s, stuff like that, we didn't have no water. That island was green, green, green. We used to play in the tree, play like Tarzan, stuff like that. Now in the 70s, after they cut the pipeline, we started having our water in the yard. Now that was a mistake they made. I guess they thought they were doing something good, they did something bad. From here to Pointe Chien, it was all grass. Now it's all water. When I was young, about maybe 250 house, maybe 300 house. Now maybe 20. We used to have a church down there. We used to have a store, grocery store. We used to have all of that.
My name is Chris Brunet. I'm a lifelong resident of Isle Jean Charles, or in French, as we would say, L'Île de Jean Charles. Before this house was built and my parents married, this used to be a garden that my grandfather used to tend. It's nice to see my grandfather tilling the garden like this, you know. Looking at these pictures with all these trees in the yard, the landscape has changed so much. Just goes to show you how high the water is. It's actually over the front of the hood of this truck right here. That was something to see with the squalls that day there. So the whole area just looked like a lake. it started to make a change in me whenever I noticed the trees I grew up playing under were dying. Just in this yard right here, I believe I could count up to 15 trees that was in the yard that's not there anymore. With the trees dying and the water coming in more and more, it seemed like a smaller storm was always getting stronger. It just got to the point to where it was almost 2 storms in one. Say like Katrina and Rita, that was a month apart, and then Gustav and Ike, which was a week apart.
After Rita, yeah, it was a bad hurricane for over here. And they said the island gonna be gone in 2 years. Best for y'all to move off the island. Cause y'all not gonna have no more island in 2 years from now. And me, I stand up, I say, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Only God's gonna know when that island gonna disappear.
The only real challenge, you know, to live down here is whenever you got a storm coming and you don't know if you're coming home to something or not. It's heartbreaking, you know, you come back home after a storm and if it's still standing, you know, you're grateful. But some homes just can't be lived in. What you see at the island now is just a skeleton of what it used to be.
A lot of people, after a hurricane, they leave, they don't come back. I don't like to see the people leave me. I like for them to stay. If the hurricane finishes today, I'm ready to come tomorrow. I'm gonna stay right here, born and raised here, and I'm gonna stay here. That's my town.
Oh, look at that crab. Oh, I'm gonna catch that crab.
If the
Come
island
on, crab, crab.
can stay as it is, I believe we can be okay. But you know, with anything, you know, there's no telling what could happen.
Whoa, lady, don't bring that thing by me. You said you went to her. Hey, she's pregnant. Poor thing. She's not pregnant. She ate your shrimp. These are done though, because they are orange.
I know that every year that my home, that my community, you know, we have a challenge.
Okay, Lord, thank you for this wonderful day. I got to go shopping with my grandma and I got to see my uncle and Julie. And please bless people that are not as fortunate as us. And amen.
Amen. Very good, my baby. Very good.
Yes, I'm living in an area where you know, I'm prone to hurricanes. But nowadays, who's not prone to hurricanes? But once the storm passes and the grass is back green again and all of this here, it's back to the way, you know, that I see Jean-Charles. And so for me, you know, it's home.